Right, we're going to solve these three simultaneous equations here. And the first thing we don't like here, we're going to get rid of this 2. You see these equations have already been marked A, B and C. We're going to multiply A all across by 2, right? So 2 times 2x will give us 4x. And 2 times y over 2, well the 2's will cancel and we'll end up with plus y. And then the minus 2z multiplied by 2 gives us minus 4z equals 16. Now in part equation mark B here, we don't like the 2, the 3 and the 9, so if we multiply everything by 18 it'll get rid of all those. So 18 multiplied by x over 2, 18 over 2 will give us 9x, right? So we'll have 9x, and then we'll have 18 over 3, which will give us 6y. And then we'll have 18 over 9, which is effectively 2 times 5, which gives us 10z equals 0 times 18, which is 0. And part C there, equation C, 6, 4, 12 and 8, they're all factors of 24. So if we multiply everything by 24, 24 over 6 is effectively 4, so we get 4x. Yeah, and then 24 over 4 is going to be 6, so that gives us minus 6y. 24 over 12 is 2, so that's going to be plus 2z. And 7 over 8 multiplied by 24. 24 over 8 is going to be 3, 7 is 21. I'm just checking them here. Yeah, I think they're okay. Now, you see we can match up. We call this A, B, and C. A and C there, or no, B and C, we can add them together. So we can just add B and C together, right? So I'm just going to add these here. 9 and 4 is 13x. The y's cancel. 13x plus 12z. 13x plus 12z equals 21. Then I'm going to take the top one, A from up here now. Don't be confused with the first one. A times 6, we're going to multiply that by 6. And that'll give us 24x plus 6y minus 24z equals 96. And then I'm going to match that with equation C. I'm going to copy that down underneath there. 4x minus 6y plus 2z equals 21. And we can add those guys. So if we add them, we're going to get 28x minus 22z equals 117. And then what are we going to do? We're going to line up these underneath. You see, let's call this there equation C, and we'll call this equation D, and I want to get rid of the z's, so I'm going to get C and I'm going to multiply it by 22. 22 multiplied by C, equation C there, and that's 22 by 13. I've done this earlier now. 13 with the 13 times 22 gives me 286x, and 13 multiplied by the 12 there gives us 264z, and 22 times 21. 22 times 21 gives 462. And then I'm going to get equation D and multiply it by 12. You see, 12 up here will be 12 by 22, and down here will be 22 by 12. So you'll have the same amount of z, but the sign will be different. So 12 then multiplied by D, and that's 12 times 28 gives us 336x, and 12 times 22 gives us minus 264z, and 12 times 117 obviously in the calculator, and you're going to get 1404. And then we're going to add those guys together. and that's going to give us 622x equals, and the sum of those two there is going to be 1866, and so x is going to be 1866 divided by 622, and that comes out to be 3. So x equals 3. And then I'm going to go back up and take d there to work out z. So I'm going to have 28 times 3 minus 22 times z equals 117. So z is going to be 117 minus 28 times 3 all over minus 22. And that comes out at minus 3 over 2. So let's box that off. Z equals minus 3 over 2. And then we can go back, say we have x and z, so we could go back there to this one, 4x plus y minus 4z. So that was 4x plus y minus 4z equals 16. So that's going to be 4 times 3 plus y we don't know yet, minus 4 times minus 3 over 2 equals 16. So it's going to be 12 plus y. It's going to be plus 12 over 2, which is plus 6 equals 16. So we're going to have 18 there on the left. So y equals 16 minus 18, y equals minus 2. So that's it. X, y and z figured out, and you could plug them back into one of the original equations if you had time to check. If you wanted to check, you could fill them back into one of the original equations.